James Franco and Seth Rogen finally debut footage from This Is the End.
Classic game publisher THQ filed for bankruptcy.
And much more on the last Christmas special you will ever see before you die in a horrifying fireball.
Today is Friday, December 21st, 2012. Welcome to pretty much...
Wait a minute. Isn't today the day that everybo's supposed to die?
Oh, the apocalypse.
yeah,
the
December
Mayan
21st.
calendar.
Those
ends.
crazy Indians.
Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No!
Feel that?
Oh, guys, I had like the crazy.
You gotta stop just suddenly passing out on set, because we got a show to do.
We're here though.
It's not very professional.
We're good.
Where did you go?
I've been living in a dream world.
Well, speaking of dreams, guess what time it is, boys?
7:30.
Christmas time? What is that thing?
Oh, it
Christmas
looks like
bells.
some kind of horrible phallic torturing
No,
device
it's
from Santa Claus.
Christmas bells, boys.
I thought it was a weird toy.
No, it's Christmas.
All right.
See, the joke was
Don't
like,
look at me like that.
Yes, little boys and girls, it is Christmas. This is the Christmas special, I guess.
It's that time of year.
it's the best time of the year, and if you disagree or you celebrate something different,
We won.
You just don't know.
You're wrong.
You just don't
Now,
know.
most important
gonna
about
stay
this,
like this.
Christmas is that we did a parody of the 12 Days of Christmas. Boys,
done.
I'm uncomfortable. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sorry.
If you didn't see it, please check it out. I think it came out awesome.
was
Everybody
awesome.
seems to love it. It is linked in the info, and also linked in the info is MoviePass, which we've mentioned a few times.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not gotten a gift for that special someone who clearly isn't very special after all,
That don't matter.
you can use this as a great last-minute gift. You can buy a month, 3 months, 6 months, I think is the maximum for it, of MoviePass. You can buy like a gift version of it rather than for yourself, and your special someone can see movies for free. If you
Tell
pay for
me
it.
more.
I hope someone
That's
gets
all
me
there
a
is.
movie
That's all there
pass.
is.
I hope someone gets me it.
Well, you have to have a special someone who considers you to be a special someone, and I don't think you have either,
You guys.
like I said. So click the link down in the info. Definitely check out MoviePass. I've been using it legitimately. I'm not BSing you. It is awesome. And also linked down in the info are this week's reviews. We had reviews of Jack Reacher, which you have to check out, right? You're a Tom
Jack
Cruise fan.
Reacher. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to see that.
Okay, Les Miserables, Les Miserables, Parental Guidance, and also This Is 40. And finally, along the bottom of the screen is our Choose Your News feature.
What a thing.
Have a holly jolly Choose Your News.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It really is a Christmas miracle.
All it needs now is like some nog and some roasted walnuts.
Speaking of Christmas, do we get like a vacation or what?
So let's get into this week, starting off with movie news.
What a surprise.
We've got a bunch of sort of hibbledy-bibbledy stories.
But the most important one is the Smurfs 2 trailer, and that's coming up.
We'll get up to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
don't
get
you
to
worry,
that.
you're bottom boy. We have some news about Captain America, but it's actually really about our favorite black man,
Who's that?
not Jamie Foxx,
Samuel L. Jackson!
Nick Fury. Apparently somebody asked Sam Jackson, I think it was Sam Jackson, I don't think it was somebody else, but they asked him what would he think about a Nick Fury movie. You know, if they were to do a Nick Fury movie. And he said they're not going to do that. His story is really going to be kind of told in the next Captain America movie. And I have to say, good job.
nice.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Because I would say that Nick Fury is most attached to Captain America.
Very much
because
so.
now, you know, Captain America is brought into the present, and all he knows is Nick Fury, really.
Yeah.
You know, and S.H.I.E.L.D. So I think that's a wise choice. I don't really think we need a Nick Fury movie.
No, we
I think
don't,
we need
yeah.
a Nick Fury movie as badly as we need a Black Widow movie.
What
or a
would-
Hawkeye
yeah.
movie.
We had a Nick Fury movie.
That's
if
true,
you
we
guys
did.
Remember?
what would Samuel Jackson do? I mean, like, he's getting old, so...
But it's
Yeah.
like, what? I don't know how much the story could be for a full movie. For 10 minutes of Captain America, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's a much better idea than what could have been, and I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't do that. Some other Avengers news.
Oh!
Let's stay in with the Avengers. Joss Whedon said that he initially wrote a second villain into the Avengers.
Oh, yeah, I heard
I could
about
see
this.
that. I could see that.
We don't know who. He couldn't possibly say who.
It's super secret.
But he said
know.
that villain may pop up again, and it didn't sound like he was talking about Thanos.
No, because Thanos is supposed to be the big bad guy. And
Yeah, I bet it was like an ancillary, is that the right word? Character that led up to before the whole big battle.
Well, does
you know?
Loki usually have some kind of muscle in the comic books?
No. No, not really.
He's a brain guy.
It
He's a
probably,
trickster.
It probably would have just been some, like, you know, I don't know.
Just some
Space
bad
criminal
guy.
or
Some
something.
space guy.
It's a space
So,
guy.
Avengers 2 Space Guy. That's what's coming. Moving on to some more superheroes, or super zeros.
I'm getting sick of this, man.
If you don't like them, the X-Men.
Shing.
Hugh Jackman is confirmed. That's it.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Well, we talked about that.
That's the whole story.
Yeah.
You alright, pal?
I was, but now I'm not.
So Hugh Jackman is officially confirmed for Days of Future Past. We've
Good.
talked about it so many times that it's not interesting anymore.
Now-
because last time we said he's likely confirmed, but now he's confirmed.
Now with First Class, his cameo wasn't announced.
This is
right?
probably going to be... No, it wasn't
Bigger.
announced. It was a
Yeah.
secret. So, But this is probably going to be a little bigger along with, the whole future thing.
Happy
so.
to have you aboard. A hug. Hugh.
Isn't he too busy being in Australia?
Speaking of Australia, let's move on to Anchorman 2. They both
Okay.
start with A.
Ah, very
Obviously.
good. Alphabet.
The only news we have here is that Anchorman 2 has been officially set for December 20th, 2013.
Oh, that's about a year, exactly
It's a good
a year
year.
away.
It's a good
Now,
year.
we can assume that's because it's going to be an Oscar contender.
Yeah. I'm
Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of an odd, I guess, time to release it. I would have thought the summer, but what do I know?
You ain't no movie guy.
No. Now, those were all relatively quick stories. Those were like the stocking stuffers, if you will.
Okay.
Right?
Whoa, so that means we got a whole
Because
bunch
Christmas.
of presents.
Let's get to, the presents underneath the tree. Let's
All
open
right.
them up.
Doesn't really look like presents
Okay.
to me.
And it turns
Let's
out they're
open
just
up
socks.
The gifts underneath the tree.
All right.
I
Single
still don't
bells,
think
okay.
that's appropriate for children.
Okay, well, it's Santa's sleigh bells. Sleigh bells. I said bells.
Just don't get close to me with that. I can smell something.
Let's talk about the Amazing Spider-Man, eh, Mike?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, I'm over here, and I'm Eric. Jamie Foxx, I guess, is unaware of how secretive superhero movies tend to be, and I imagine he got a stern talking to and potentially even a spanking.
Ooh, a finger wag.
Yes.
Oh, for all the things he released.
Because he revealed a lot that I don't think he was supposed to reveal.
Yeah.
What did he let
he,
out
he
of
didn't do a very good job selling it.
What did he
Well,
let out of the bag?
First things first, he called Max Dillon Matt Dillon through the whole thing. The actor Matt Dillon. So he called the character Matt Dillon the whole time through this interview. Second of all, he revealed that the costume is going to be different. You know how usually the costume for Electro, traditionally, we
It's
should
like
say,
with the
it's-
Thunderbolt.
right, but I
face,
mean, it's
like-
green and yellow.
Yeah.
He said this costume is going to be black.
Okay.
How boring and dark and gritty can it get?
Well, what did you expect from Spider-Man?
I was expecting it to be green and yellow.
I was expecting pretty basic. I mean, they had a CG lizard running around in the last movie.
Nah, this is completely not surprising to me.
Yeah, so here's our first nugget of bad news. But
What
it's
else did he
followed
say?
up with something interesting.
Okay.
Now, we know that the story, I don't know if you know, but the story, the origin of Max Dillon, Electro, is, he doesn't have anything to do with anything until he becomes Electro.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
And
Just
he
a
accidentally, he becomes Electro because he's working up on a power line. It's
electrician,
a big mistake.
yeah.
It's
Some
an
kind
accident.
of electricity mishap.
Yes, Jamie Foxx said in this one, he has a lot of problems, like at work, he has ideas and people steal his ideas. His mom forgets his birthday, apparently, something like that, and he just is
What a
all
bitch.
upset and down on his luck. And then Spider-Man, for some reason, meets
Punches
him
him.
and says, I need your help, or something like that. And then, I don't know, maybe like they're trying to save a kid or something like that, and he needs him. I have no idea how that makes sense. But then, Electro, not Jamie Foxx, excuse me, Electro, for some reason thinks that he is a superhero and then becomes Electro in an accident. I don't know, but I think it sounds interesting.
I'm open to it because you know what? This movie could be a lot better than Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, I've always thought it always had the potential to be just because of the fact that it's a new story. It's not the
Yeah.
origin story again. So no matter what, and I don't know why we didn't think of it the first time. I guess you had to see it to realize it really was the same
just
story.
get rid
again.
of the whole like, well, your parents are a mystery. Just get rid of it.
Maybe Uncle
They
Ben.
did.
Yeah.
They did get rid of that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I will say that at least it's not what I expected, so we can't complain.
Yeah,
because
hey.
So like
it's
his
different.
suit is just all black.
Well, aside from that, that's lame. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe it's like black, but it's like
Maybe it's got like lightning bolts on it.
I don't know.
I hope it's something more than just a black suit. How boring is that? But anyway, Jamie Foxx said a whole lot more than he should have, and for all we know, they're going to change the whole script now. So who knows?
How do you know that he was being scolded for this?
I don't know. I would assume so because it's really far off, and they're not allowed to say anything about anything, and he revealed the entire plot of the movie. So I don't think that he was allowed to, but we will see. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes
Oh,
I like
is
them. I like
the
monkeys.
sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was
Get
a
out of
prequel to Planet of the Apes, which had a sequel called... Never mind. Ha! You know where I'm going with this. There's a lot of Planet of the Apes movies. Apparently, because this is under new reign, I guess you could say, James Franco said that he apparently will not be in it, and he has not been approached.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. What?
He brought upon the ape
He
apocalypse.
ruined the world, Frank
And
James.
now he's
What are you
just gone?
doing?
Well, maybe he's dead.
Why?
It's the ape apocalypse.
It's probably going to be a little further ahead than
They're just going to say he died?
maybe
That's
like
so weird.
Maybe like thousands of people.
But then
died.
what is Caesar's, like, emotional
Maybe it's not even going to
story?
be Caesar anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe
you're
it's
right.
like 100 years in the future.
That's possible,
Because
I
like
guess.
they set it up in the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. They had like 5-second clip where they were talking about the rocket ship going into space.
Yeah, I would have
Like-
thought that it would have taken up right after it.
Nah, I don't think so. I think
Alright.
it's going to be like a big fast forward.
Well, in that case, it is appropriate. You alright? You sad?
I really, now that I think about it, I really wish that they did continue the tale of
Hey, come
James
on,
Franco ruining the world
Okay?
with his pet monkey.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I mean, I'll still see it.
Okay. That was the only gift under the tree this year, boys.
Oh, it's like last Christmas when my parents abandoned me.
It's only the only substantial story, but you want another stocking stuffer?
This is a present. This is a big present. This is
Really,
gonna be
I'd call it a stocking stuffer.
How about a combination of the two?
I want it wrapped up.
present that's stuffed in a stocking.
those are good.
Stuffed,
Alright, I'll take that.
Stuffed in.
Merry Christmas.
Lego Back to the Future. It's pretty cool, actually. Lego said they're releasing Back to the Future sets or whatever, I guess, or a DeLorean set, and it's pretty badass because it actually really works. Like putting in, I'm sure you could probably put like the flux capacitor and stuff like that.
Oh man, that's so
Pretty cool.
I
That's
really
pretty cool,
hope
but
maybe
it's-
like the clock tower. Like
But it's like for people our age.
Yeah, kids won't
Yeah.
want it.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
will kids want a Back to the Future?
Will they know what it is?
No, like, oh boy, an old man and a guy and a really weird car. Vroom.
Okay, and a clock tower.
yeah. Ooh.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure it'll sell pretty damn
They're,
well.
they're capitalizing off
Yeah.
of man babies like
I was gonna say I
ourselves.
haven't bought Legos in years. I would probably buy this.
Yeah.
Just for
Well,
the hell
I
of it.
bought. Yeah, I bought a lot
When?
recently.
What did you buy?
The Halo one, one of the Spider-Man ones.
Do you play with them?
I just kind of build them and then look at them.
Just look at them.
And that's it for movie news. Let's move on to TV news, where we actually have 3 stories. Oh, what a happy holiday cheer fest! First things first, The Twilight Zone. Now, the last time we talked about The
Oh,
Twilight
they're doing
Zone,
this again?
we talked about a movie because they've been wanting to make another Twilight Zone movie. But you know what? I like this news better. I think Twilight Zone works best as a series,
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
what.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
I do think it works best as the original series, but the concept of, a new story each time, I think is great because the thing is, a lot of times people have great ideas for short form stuff and then they stretch it to a movie.
Yeah, even
So-
that more modern Twilight Zone TV series, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible.
No,
yeah, I
it
mean,
wasn't
like,
bad.
there were some parts that were like, it's pretty cool.
Now, think about the possibility here, in my opinion. What if you had, like the way you're watching The Office, for example, and you see, like, oh, this episode was directed by Bryan Cranston or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, someone you like directs an
Guest
episode of a show.
directors, yeah.
They could do that with this. They could have, directors come in and direct an episode, and it's like they're directing a short film.
That's so cool.
Right?
And it
So-
could be like
Yeah.
a big thing every time.
Not to say
and
this is a new concept. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
they've done it before, and
Yeah.
Twilight Zone has existed before. Similarly, directed by different people, written by different people. The only unfortunate thing is, it won't have Rod Serling, and I really think that Rod Serling was the heart of the show, was having him start and end each episode, so I don't really know what they would do.
They should
in
get
that They couldn't have someone acting like Rod Serling.
no, but they should just get they should get like the Fear Factor guy.
Tonight on Twilight Zone. I don't know. I just like the potential of all the short little stories.
Right,
that are
like a
good.
new director, a new
When-
writer,
when-
and a new cast.
When can we expect this? Any
I have
idea?
no idea, but Bryan Singer is apparently producing this thing, and it's gonna, I guess, pee. They're not gonna pee. I'm so silly. I goofed up my words and said a dirty word. They're going to be competing with a movie that eventually will be in the works.
I hope nobody loses their heads about it.
Speaking of spooky TV shows, I don't want to scare you guys, but we have Bates Motel news.
This is supposed to be a time of joy!
Yeah, it is, but we got to get through the darkness to get to the light, as they say.
Did Jesus
So-
say that?
No.
Santa Claus did.
Yeah, right, Santa
Okay.
Claus.
He said, "You gotta get through the darkness."
Jesus' father.
Yes, correct. Yes, with the beard.
Santa's Jesus' dad.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the big
Oh,
twist.
now it all makes sense.
This week we got a little sneak peek
Oh.
at Bates Motel. We got the first 30 seconds of this thing is kind of like a little bit of a trailer for the show. And then it goes into this whole making of, behind the scenes featurette. And I gotta tell you, I still don't know what to think exactly about this, but I was going back and forth between, kind of cool,
I was like
not so
roller
cool.
coastering
Kept
when
going
I
back
was
and
watching
forth.
it.
I wasn't roller coastering. As soon as that I saw what
Just
as soon as I saw what it was gonna be, and there's just like this drama show of people yelling at each other and things like that. I was just like,
Been there, done that.
Yeah, what?
Where is the pizza and who's gonna throw it on the garage? I mean, really.
Where is the pizza? And
Indeed.
Who's gonna throw it on the garage? It just looks standard.
It does.
It's like we've seen this before.
It does look.
And the worst offense is they got really desperate at the end of it to force you to
there's
watch it
like-
because all of a
there's a
sudden they're like,
twist.
there's a big thing that happens in the pilot, and then it shows a copy. It's like, you guys better come see this, and then it goes to like all of them clearly just bullshitting, and it's not like this is their honest opinion. They keep like 3 people in a row just go, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. Is A&E gonna be weirded out if I spoil it? And it's like, why are you saying this? It's so blatantly obvious. They're like desperate to get you to watch.
Has A&E ever made like a good show?
I don't watch any.
They did, but I
anything on
can't
A&E,
remember
so
what it was.
I have no idea.
So, there
But
you go.
anyway, a Christmas fart for all. That's all I can say.
Give it a big Christmas fart.
Yeah, but also a potential Christmas wiggle. Because it might be good. We'll see.
What's a Christmas wiggle? I got one
Where
of those.
are we going with this?
Did I get one of those at a Christmas party once? What the? Get it out of my face!
Almost even got a Christmas, lost it, which would have been really good, but we didn't.
What the f*** are we talking about?
I don't
I
know.
don't even know. The third one's awesome, man.
The third story?
Yeah.
Why don't you
Cat.
introduce it then, pal? I'll give you.
Cat.
Can I grant you your Christmas wish?
Yeah.
Why don't you read the next story?
All right. Hey. Is this?
Whenever you're ready.
I go. Okay. AMC has announced that they will be re-showing seasons 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead in black and white.
And that's it for TV news. Now let's move on
Wait.
to-
We got to talk about this.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought you just wanted to announce it.
First of all, season 1 of The Walking Dead is like the holy trinity of goodness, and for them to show it in black and white, like the comic, is kind of cool.
I think it's really
It's an interesting
cool.
choice.
Yeah.
I always think that there's a major change when you watch something in black and white versus color. It actually feels different.
I think it fits better in black and white because they did the pilot in black and white, and
They didn't,
yeah.
Wait a minute, they didn't air it first in black and white. They
No.
went back and re-aired it,
Yeah,
right?
I,
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't catch that, so
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this.
So they're re-airing seasons 1 and 2 in black and white?
Yeah,
Interesting. Very interesting.
yeah. I'll probably just watch season 1, but that's just my personal opinion. Because season 2 is
Better in color. Is that what you want to
better
say?
in
No,
not
it's
watching
just-
it.
And now that's it for TV news. Let's move on to video game news. 'Tis the season, am I right, boys?
This is your world.
This is my world.
You
It's
better,
my world.
you better make it a good one.
All right, we got some quickies.
Oh,
All right, you ready for some? Oh, stocking stuffers. Okay.
Stocking stuffers.
First thing to put in your stocking. Star Trek: The Game is coming out April 23rd.
Star
Now-
Trek stuffed into my stocking all night.
Now, is this an official movie game?
It is based on, it's like in between. It's in between the first one and the second one. And apparently, I've talked to some people that played it, and they said it was pretty good. So,
But
we'll
are
have
they
to
the
see.
developers?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
it's pretty
legitimate. Yeah, it's unbiased. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
The second thing, Bioshock Infinite has a new video out.
Yeah.
And it's the first 5 minutes of the game.
And it looks great.
I didn't watch it because I don't want to, but...
I mean, my main fear with the Bioshock Infinite is that it wasn't going to be as thematic and like impressive as the first one was. But it looks like they're doing a thing. They didn't show a lot,
they're doing a thing. All right.
but they're doing a thing.
All right, good.
I can't wait.
Thing is happening.
Next up, we have some news about Pixel Jam.
Ah, yes.
Potato Man.
I love Potato Man.
Now, we got a trailer for a new game from the creators of Dino Run, and the game is actually here already. Would you like
Yeah.
to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, if you Dino Run came out, what about like 5 years ago?
However long ago, it got me through high
Yeah,
school. It
high
actually got me through all of the time I spent at college, too. I just sat in my
Yeah.
class
I
playing
never...
it nonstop.
It was just a little computer flash game? Or
Yep.
what?
Yeah, it was a little
Yep.
flash
And
game.
it also had online capabilities. It was only online, but it had multiplayer where you could play with friends and stuff. It was awesome.
And their main, I think strength is that like everything looks like an Atari game, but like if an Atari game had the power
of a current game.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's a really cool combination. And their new game is called Potato Man Seeks the Truth.
Yes.
with
Sounds good to
with
me.
an O and an F. And it is it's similar in a way to Dino Run where you have to avoid obstacles. It's really hard.
Oh, you've played
And
it?
I played it and I beat it.
How much does it cost?
$3.
Should they get it?
Yeah. I think if you like a challenging game with interesting
Can I get this on
visuals-
my... Is this a PC or a...
It's his PC, Mac.
Or it's
yeah.
computer, it's not on the phone is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. And along with that, I think they have one of the best trailers ever made for a video
It's pretty
game.
funny.
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
definitely click the link down in the info to check out the trailer for Potato Man. What is it? The Search for the Truth?
Potato Man seeks the truth.
She seeks the truth. It is great. It is hilarious. Now let's go back to Jake for a quick story about something I'm excited to talk about. Go.
All right, let's talk about this game called The War Z. I don't know if I've talked about this before.
It sounds exciting and original and
It
just
sounds like not a ripoff in the slightest.
Oh, it's a complete ripoff of, well, technically they say they've been making it for a while, but it's kind of a ripoff of DayZ, the mod for the PC, where you survive in a first-person
Wait, it's
environment
not
with
related?
zombies. No, it's not related at all.
So it's called War Z. I thought it was like a sequel to DayZ.
Nope, it's a complete
Oh
ripoff.
my god,
So
it's
that's
even better than I thought.
Okay, so I've been playing this game since the alpha. I've been in the alpha, I've been in the beta, and
important Jake.
I don't like it. It's not very good, but it officially announced as a game for retail on Steam and stuff, and that's where all the controversy started.
Okay.
Oh, we got a big old.
So what
controversy
happened?
about
Give
it.
us the timeline here.
It released on Steam, and people were kind of pissed because in the Steam description it says you could play with 100 people.
Said a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, 100 people, 400-kilometer
And it
maps.
turns out-
there's one map that's small. You can only play with 50 people.
Half of it wasn't true.
The game's still a mess, and yes, like a persistent MMO, it's constantly going to be supported.
Yeah, but
Right,
they
I get
lied,
that.
yeah.
It didn't come out with anything.
Yeah, I get that it would eventually be good, but then you know what? Let them play for free, like as they have been.
And then one of the representatives from the company was interviewed by GameSpy.
Sorry.
Yeah, he didn't.
Sorry.
First of all, he didn't really have a good grasp on English, but that's besides. It's a fun read. But he kind of
Zombie game good. Play now. Yeah.
He didn't really seem to care. He's like, well, we. It was like no good explanation.
We
at all.
don't really give a shit about your stupid feelings.
Now I also heard that they were charging you to revive yourself or something.
Oh, that's like part of the subscription model of the game.
So you have to pay to play, even after you bought it.
Kinda. It's hard to explain.
It's either genius or not.
So people have been, complaining to Steam to the point where eventually Steam took it down. And Steam actually said in a quote, "We made a mistake."
We did
so
not review
sorry.
this game enough.
And people went on the wiki for the game and just destroyed the
it,
wiki.
yeah,
The
yeah,
wiki
yeah.
says worst game ever, randomly and stuff.
So basically, don't play War Z. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, you know what? I'd say keep an eye on it. Maybe if they fix it, it could be all right.
Really, I would
It's
say at
not
this point, for
horrible.
the principle of it, maybe that's just me though.
All right, wait for the DayZ standalone. When DayZ becomes not a mod and a
DayZ
real
or
game,
War Z?
Daisy.
Daisy.
That's the
Okay,
good game.
That's the
good
game,
game.
this piece of garbage was based on.
Gotcha.
I'd say wait for that
All right.
because it's kind of good.
So DayZ, not War Z. DayZ, not War Z. DayZ, not War Z.
Yeah.
DayZ, not War Z.
Daisies.
DayZ, not War Z.
Daisies.
Come on, boys. DayZ, not War Z. Nobody wants to do this?
No. Here's another. This is kind of bad news, but not
Uh-oh.
as bad. Not as bad as it sounds.
Is it as sad as Christmas shoes?
Christmas shoes are sad?
Well, his mom died, right? That
Yeah.
sucks. I can't really compare with.
Wait, what
my
the hell are
mom
we
dying.
talking about?
You've never heard the song Christmas Shoes?
No.
Cause you wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please.
No, I've never.
It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Do-do-do-do. So what's the bad news, Jake?
All right, THQ. It's a publisher that has been known. And
What do
been
we
around
know
forever.
them as? It
Recently,
sounds familiar to me.
Saints Row deferred.
Mm-hmm.
Darksiders, stuff like that.
What about in the
Homefront.
past? What about in our past, our childhood? Because I remember seeing THQ
Come on,
when I was a
think.
kid.
Yeah, they did a lot of licensed games, like they did the Rugrats games. They did stuff like
Oh.
that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that first Rugrats game, that was the best, man.
On PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when you get to play as Reptar at the end?
That was
like one of the best moments of gaming ever.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Anyway, THQ has filed. They've been having problems for a long time, but they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they're going to be delisted from the Nasdaq.
Well,
Wow.
what does that? What are the implications of that? Like they're not on the
Uh,
Nasdaq now.
THQ,
so what's that?
no more games.
They ain't got no money.
Ah.
They make no mo gomes.
But that's what you've probably been hearing. But fret not. They're working on selling their assets and playing around with investors to have the games be released that they've been making.
investors.
Playing around with investors. I'm so
Stop
smart.
it, THQ! Stop it!
Seriously, stop! They had games that they were working on. That
Yeah,
they
they
were
had a
trying to
ton of
release.
games like Metro, the new Metro game. What's the
yeah.
really big one? South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay, so
I
this
know.
has a major
Yeah.
effect potentially.
So
Okay.
they're working on it, and all the games that they've been making should still see release.
So mom and dad have been arguing for a long time, but now it's really gotten to the point where they decide they want to divorce. But come Christmas time, they want to stay together for the kids.
Well, yeah, but it's also kind of like mom and dad are separated now. Dad's gonna buy you a car,
but mom has contracted serious disease.
No,
but
mom
dad
moved to Florida. Mom moved to Florida.
But dad left you at the soccer game all alone.
This is kind of like about my life.
Sorry to hear that. Merry Christmas, Jake.
Financial woes of THQ. You're still getting your games. Don't worry.
Still getting the game.
Who really cares around Christmas time, though? I got more important things to worry about.
Yeah, like
the horrible tumor growing inside of my brain.
No, even more important than that, the trailers.
Oh, we got to get on that.
Let's talk about the trailers, but first, let's take a quick commercial break.
I hope it's not too quick.
Oh, I must have slept through the rest of the episode again. My God.
You passed out again, Jake.
We were just singing Christmas bells, and you just passed out at the refrain.
That's what you guys do during the break?
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I just woke up.
Let's take a little Christmas chit-chat, a fireside, chit-chat with our friends.
Campside chit-chat?
About the trailers this week. Santa brought trailers, let's just say that.
Gather round.
Santa brought trailers, we got them, let's talk about them.
Thanks, Santa.
Thank you, Santa.
First things first is the new trailer for Star Trek Into Darkness.
You think you're safe. You are not.
We've talked about Star Trek all too much in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
sick of it.
It's not a whole lot to say, but I will say that this trailer, I think is awesome.
Yeah, it's a good trailer.
I think it was awesome.
Unfortunately, it didn't show a lot more than...
I'm glad, though, because I don't want to see too much more, but I do think it showed enough that it was a different trailer, which they called the first one the announcement. This one is the teaser. So it's like, I don't know, I think that there's like 2.5 minutes.
Because like they still we don't even know what the plot is.
Yeah, but I would rather, you know what? I don't think I'm going to look into it anymore. I'm sold. The first shots of this trailer are beautiful. When it's out of focus and it's going down the hallway and it goes into focus. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And, I don't know. I'm just really excited. I really think this is going to be much better than I anticipated before seeing any footage from it.
Plus, I love space.
And I love Alice Eve. She is adorable.
Oh, I can't wait to see, is she going to have a big role in this or what?
Let's hope.
Okay.
The next trailer is the big one that we have to talk about, and it's actually really more of like a scene and then a teaser-ish thing at the end. This is the end.
What should we do while we're in here for so long?
End of the fucking world.
Why do you have a gun, man?
Okay, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Now, we've talked about this, I think, in the past, because it's the movie where a ton of celebrities are in it playing themselves. And I was under the impression it was actually supposed to be that they were at, like, a barbecue or something like that, or, like, some kind of party.
Yeah.
And maybe they still are, but I just didn't see it in this trailer. But I always thought it sounded funny, and I had no idea how funny it could be until I saw this. It looks hilarious.
Yeah, usually in the past couple of years, this whole comedy group, the Seth Rogen, the what's the fact?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
With Your Highness. It was like, oh, God.
Yeah, it was just like, for the years, it's just been just comedy garbage, I'd say. It's just, none of it was funny.
Yeah, I thought you weren't going to like this.
Yeah.
No, it looks pretty funny.
It looks really funny. You know why? Because it's completely tongue-in-cheek and, like, self-aware and just ridiculous. Like, it's not trying to be something with, like, a real serious story or anything
and they're all
like that.
playing themselves.
Yeah.
I like how everything's in the real world, where they're like, Michael Cera's dead. That was great, yeah.
And the thing is, with these guys, I've always loved, and I will always crack up, just watching some of these guys, if not all of these guys together, like, even if it's just Jonah Hill with somebody else, just riffing, just going.
Yeah,
and it seems like that's what
like.
this entire movie is, and I'm going to be crying, laughing through the whole thing, if that's the case.
I hope. I mean, it seems like in the
Yeah,
trailer,
they
they showed a lot of action stuff.
Yeah,
And
it has the potential to be bad.
And that's
Yes.
what a lot of their movies have gone towards. It's like a comedy, but it
seems
also has
funny.
a lot of action.
It has the riffing in it, but then it becomes a whole nother
I
thing.
don't need the action. I don't need it.
What's the last movie that was funny that I look forward to? It's like...
Thomas the Tank Engine
Thomas
2?
the Tank Engine 2. Now, there was a gut-busting knee slapper, especially when the trains collided.
And George Carlin exploded into a million pieces.
And all the
forgot
passengers,
those.
all the passengers are dead.
Next up, we want to talk, I think, briefly about The Great Gatsby. You were interested in talking about it,
Yeah.
right, Jake? Go on, because I'm not.
I'm not interested at all.
Oh well, I'm just like blown away by how good the trailers are. But I kind of think like
don't be fooled by good trailers.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
it.
I honestly, I was saying this to Eric before when we were together.
I can vouch for that. But we were together waiting to shoot. We weren't
Yeah,
together
we were
like
waiting
in the
for
sense
Mike
of the
to come
word.
over.
Right.
In bed.
Skip past all the homoerotica. I just want to hear.
I really think this is going to be the first movie where the trailers are just like 1,000 times better than the actual movie.
I agree.
Did you say the first time?
Not the first time, but like, you know, just like
Well, that happens all the time.
not like, but like what people are expecting it to be really good. And like,
I don't know.
it
When I
looks good.
first saw the Transformers 3 trailer, I'm like, this movie's gonna be awesome, and then it was like, oh god.
We had a couple other new trailers this week for Drift, The Heat. It's a Red Band trailer. Still don't really think it looks that funny. But anyway, I give it a year. I'm so excited. No. The movie's called No. It's going to be really difficult to find information about that movie when you try to Google that. Parker, The Smurfs 2.
The Smurfs 2. I gotta get my ticket now.
Turbo, Twice Born, and Pain and Gain. What did you think of this, Jake? You had something
certainly
to say?
worth checking out. It's Michael Bay, but it looks really cool. It looks fun.
Does Michael Wahlberg's muscles like explode?
Yeah, he's like, brr, like he's huge.
I have one question for you, though. Who's Michael Wahlberg?
Did I say Michael Wahlberg?
And you didn't correct him.
No, I just went along with it for the sake of. What am I gonna say? Stop, cut, let's do it again.
I goofed so hard.
And that's it for the trailers this week. Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa, so much.
Thank
Everybody,
you, Santa.
thank you, Santa.
You will get
Thank
your blood
you,
sacrificed
Santa.
later.
Thank you,
Once I-
Santa.
Thank you for being Jesus' dad.
Let's move on to the Christmas poll. Of course, the question we asked you guys was, what do you want for Christmas? And in third place, it was brand new Be Obscure t-shirt designs, which I really appreciate because there will be plenty more t-shirt designs. And actually, right away in January, we have a couple, maybe at least one, maybe two, maybe three
Whoa.
that I think you
Someone's
guys will
busy.
appreciate.
You got your wish.
You got that wish, the first one. Number 2, in second place, was Something Dark and Gritty. And in first place was, with a landslide win, Jake.
Who didn't see
Oh,
that
Merry
coming?
Christmas,
I
ladies and
understand.
gentlemen. So let's
You guys
take
want
care
me?
of this.
You want me?
Mike, can you hold that there, please?
Oh, no. No, come on. This isn't fun. Guys, come on. No!
So that's it for last week's poll question. This week's poll question is, with the last episode of 2012 coming up, what was your favorite movie of 2012?
Wowie
Let us
zowie.
know by clicking the link down in the info to go to our Facebook page and vote in the poll. And while you're over there, please like us on Facebook. Thank you very much if you do.
Merry Christmas!
And finally, the giveaway winner this week is Mia La Mariposa. That's the YouTube channel. So please write to us on Facebook.com/prettymuchit. Send us a message. We'll get your deets. You look like a Yuletide Iron Man when you look forward.
You look like a tampon.
Merry Christmas!
If you want to spice up your Christmas, don't forget to check out our parody that we did with a bunch of other YouTubers of 12 Days of Christmas. It is fantastic. Definitely check it out. And that's it for this week's episode of Pretty Much It. Oh, Jake is a gift. He's going out to all the kids. On Christmas morn, they'll wake up born and they will say, "What's this?"
Ah! I'm Jake! That's what I'll say when I... They probably won't like that.
And that's pretty much it.
Wrap myself. Alright, I'm good.